enemy is trying its best to get me to be so distracted from the Lord. He is trying, and it's crazy.
Oh, you fancy, huh? Girls, let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.
Hey, you guys, and we are in 2024 now. It's your girl, 𝗧𝗪 the realest. You know, we back with another video. You know, I told you guys in my short that I was going to do a recap, and just, you know, this video is basically gonna be venting about how I feel, like, through everything that just happened. Okay, and that's what this video is about. And I know I gotta get into a lot of deep topics, like the breakup that just recently happened and just how I feel for what has taken place. I'm not gonna lie, I have really been irritated. I have been frustrated because of the simple fact, like, all this happened. The breakup I was not expecting to happen. It just randomly happened. And I feel as though it's because people already have thought process. Like, they will already have a thought process about you as soon as they enter the relationship. So it's like anything that you say, anything that you do is going to be held against you in a court of law, because they already have it in a mind frame of whatever they feel you're going to do or how you're going to act. They already have it in their mind. Me, when I enter a relationship, I go off on how the person is already acting towards me. I don't already have a thought process in my mind how a person is going to do anything. So that's why with me, it's different. I let a person, that's why, like, if I come to, and this is another problem, if I come to you about anything, it's never to trigger you. It's never to target you or anything or accuse you or nothing. I'm literally coming to you, asking you, you know, for the truth, you know, asking you for basically what you have to say. What is the truth? I can't sit here and assume the truth. I have to ask you. And people would literally think that I'm literally trying to target them and stuff like that. And that stuff pisses me off. It makes me very uncomfortable to express my emotions, because it's like, anytime I say anything towards anything, you're going to automatically think I'm just trying to come for you. And that's not the case. And then another problem is, if you're not doing anything wrong, why make it look like you're doing something wrong by having an attitude for no complete reason? Like, you're mad for nothing. If you're not doing wrong, you're just wasting energy on being mad if you're not doing nothing wrong. I feel as though the only time a person can ever be mad is if they're actually doing something wrong. That's just how the way I feel. It's like people already expect the worst of you when it comes to these type of things. And I feel like that's the reason why people can't get in a good relationship. And then this is another problem. You can't blame a person if you don't open up about your feelings. Like, if you're dating somebody who is boisterous and they're gonna let you know anything and everything, and you're not boisterous, you can't get mad at that. That's literally a personal problem with you. Because you should be able to be boisterous about anything that you feel. And then I don't like when a person is boisterous and then they realize that they are wrong in a situation, and they will, like, nitpick. Like, they will, like, bring up things that you didn't even say, or they would try to find something to be mad about. And you can tell when a person is trying to find something to be mad about, because they will bring up stuff that they haven't even told you and try to say that it bothers them. They will say things that you didn't even say and say that you said it. And it just pisses me off, because it's like you're trying to find something to be angry about. And then that right there also make me very upset, because then it just lets me know that, okay, so what is he trying to plan? Like, what is he trying to do? Like, why is this? And, you know, and one thing about me, I don't have no thoughts. I don't have no negative thoughts when I enter in a relationship. The only time the thoughts come is if you change. Like, I focus on the person that I'm with so well, to the point where if you change or switch up something, I'm going to know, and I'm going to be asking you about that, because once you switch up on everything you do, it just makes me feel like, okay, what's going on? Like, and that's just me. And then people also don't like the fact that you pay close attention. people would not like the fact that you pay that close attention to them, to the point where you would know certain type of changes. They'll get to saying, oh, we haven't even talked that much. It doesn't matter. The amount of time that we have talked, I paid attention to you. So all of a sudden you want to do things differently, and then you're not even explaining why. You've forgotten. I'm still trying to get to know you. So the only thing that I really have known is what I've already seen. And once you start switching up, you're going to have to express that, because at the end of the day, I've only saw what I've saw, and now it's something different. And if that's another part about you, then you need to express it. Like, people just make things harder than what it is. And then I hate when a person just constantly thinks that I want to argue with them. I don't want to argue about everything that I bring up. If I bring up something, it doesn't mean that I'm trying to argue. I'm literally trying to have a conversation with you on a sensitive level, because I tend to overthink things, but I know that my overthinking could be wrong. And that's why I tried my best to be very understanding to the other person's feelings, because it's like, okay, I'm thinking this, but this could not be true. But when a person is having so much attitude, you can't really talk to a person like that, because they're going to automatically think you're doing something. Everything just going to go left. And I don't have time and the patience for that. But then when you don't say anything, it's a problem. Like, I don't get that either. When you don't say nothing about anything, it becomes a complete problem. Everything. Now, with the situation at hand, it's a simple fact. I saw everything in the camera. He heard everything. If I was to explain this from word for word of what happened, which I'm not, but if I was to explain of word from word of what happened, you guys would be looking at me like, what the fuck? But whole time, I'm gonna just make it short to the point where it's simple. I was noticing things differently, and I was trying to address those things, and he would get mad and get angry, and he didn't understand that it was like really, really bothering me. It wasn't like bothering me in the sense that I don't trust him, or bothering me in the sense that I'm trying to accuse him. It was bothering me like I'm trying to really physically figure out what the heck going on. Because why the hell is I'm seeing this shit? Why the hell is I'm hearing this shit and it's not what it is? You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to, communicate with him on an emotional level. He didn't understand that, because he kept thinking that by me bringing it up that I'm just accusing him or I'm trying to argue with him, and it was not the case. And then I hate when I try to explain to him and he get in his little moment where he shuts everything out and just go on a rampage, saying everything off of his own thoughts. And then another thing was when he actually expressed his feelings about it or anything, he would say certain things that I didn't even say and say I said it, and that shit would piss me off. And it's like, and then he will bring up certain things. Like, he wait until I am angry to when he wants to bring up things that is bothering him in the relationship. And that is another thing that pissed me off, because when I'm angry, I'm not going to want to hear nothing you got to say, because right now I'm trying to voice my feelings and things like that. And I'm not going to want to hear anything you have to say. So it was just, sorry about that. I had to cut off because my mom's in the background arguing with somebody on the phone. But anyway, yeah, and that's just what I feel. The relationship, it was great. We had a good relationship. Everything was fine. The only thing that was wrong was communication. It's like when it came to communication, it was so off. He didn't understand how I was feeling. And when I tried to understand how he was feeling, I felt like generally he wasn't giving me the truth of him. Because reason why I felt like that is because every time I ask him to speak, it's like he'll belittle me as if I'm the one doing the most wrong, as if I was the problem for the whole situation. And then he, like I said, he would say things that I didn't even say. And it was just pissing me off, because I'm like, I'm not even trying to do all this with you. I literally brought this topic up so we can talk it out and move on. All this was not even supposed to happen. And whole time, the fact that it did just pisses me off. And then in the midst of it happening, I'll be trying to calm him down, and I'll be trying to let him know how the way I am. But like I said, he gets into the moment of closing his ears so he don't hear me saying none of that shit. And then it pisses me off to get it gets me to reacting a way I don't want to react, where I start calling names, I start cussing, I start getting really fucking emotional, because it stresses me out when I cannot communicate to the person I want to talk to. That stresses me out so much, and it makes me feel really, really bad, because if I cannot communicate to you the way I want to, and we can't talk the way it should be, that frustrates me. And then if you constantly thinking, how can you think thoughts about me when I only can show you me? You're not allowing me to show you who I am. You just automatically thinking shit. And then you're acting as if I'm coming up to you with these things, as if I'm trying to accuse you. When I brought it up, I literally said out of my mouth, I'm not trying to accuse you. I'm just trying to figure out some shit. Because it was messing with me mentally. Like, I would be noticing things, and then whole time he's like, well, I didn't peep that, or I didn't. And it's like, damn, is I'm crazy? Is I'm seeing shit, or is I'm hearing shit? Like, what the fuck's really going on? You know, and he doesn't understand how that was mentally making me feel. And it's like, you wanted me to understand your feelings, but you ain't take not one bit of time to understand mine. And I feel as though I try to understand everyone else's feelings more than a person understands mine. And that's the thing. Now, like I said, if he wasn't doing, it's worse if he wasn't doing anything. If he wasn't doing anything, this situation is beyond fucked up to me, because this situation could have went so much easier. The lie that he said pissed me off to the fullest. The simple fact that he said that, oh, I heard a baby crying. How can you possibly tell me you hear a baby crying when we're on FaceTime? If that baby was crying so loud enough to get you to get up out of your bed, I would have heard it too. What are you saying? Babies' cries are loud as hell. I should know, because I have nieces and fucking nephews. So you saying that just makes total no sense. That's another reason, like, I feel like if you have to, like, in my mind, I was like, if he lies or come up with some shit, then he's doing something. But if he just comes straight forward with whatever it is that's going on, then, and I end up having that thought after I seen what happened, and he heard me, and I had to get off the phone because it was beyond uncomfortable. If I was to explain to you guys what was going on, best believe. But it's a simple fact, like, you guys, it was so insane to explain. I'm not gonna lie. And then I feel as though if it's really, really nothing, you did all that in a camera for what reason? Like, and then you come back saying a baby crying. That's what tripped me out, because I was expecting to hear some true shit, but you came back saying a baby crying. A baby crying, like, out of all things. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that triggered the shit out of me. So I blocked him from my number, and he blocked me on all his social media platforms. So yeah, that's just where it's at. It's just a simple fact, like, my friend told me that he posted about wasting time. You wasted mine. All honesty. If he sees this video, you wasted mine. Because at this point, a lot of the things that happened could have been easily fucking explained. If you literally didn't do nothing, this makes it 100% worse than actually doing something. It really does, because then it makes it seem like, why do all of that in the fucking camera? You literally are making yourself look like you're doing something. And then you come back and say a baby crying. That's what's tripping me out of everything else, is the baby crying. I'm like, what? Like, you forgot we on FaceTime. You're not on mute, okay? So I can hear too, all right? And if the baby was crying so super duper loud to get you up out the bed, I would have heard it. Like, that just doesn't make sense. And then it doesn't explain everything else that I've seen so far, because when he came back, I had to complete weird when he came back. Why you had to act like that when you came back? If that was really true. Like, it's just so confusing, bro. And the fact that, I'm just telling you guys, this shit was crazy. It was crazy, and I never once experienced it a day in my life. And as far as relationship goes, I feel like the major thing that really makes me angry is that people really don't understand that I'm really an understanding person. And it's like, or I feel as though by them not opening up their feelings and they're not, you know, because I come across a lot of people who don't like expressing themselves. So whole time, I feel as though by me being boisterous and by me always speaking up for my feelings, I guess, I don't know how that makes them feel. But at the end of the day, it's like you're trying to be in a relationship, and a relationship requires for you to be involved just as well as I am. And if you're not trying to express your feelings when it's time, then how are you expecting a relationship? And then when I don't like a person, be like, this is another thing, they'll be like, give me time, or, you know, just let it go. Okay, fine. But when we let it go and everything like that, the shit gets brought up the moment I have something else that really bothered me. And it's like, at this point, you either gonna say it or not. I hate when I let something go or anything like that, and then you wanna bring it up the moment I have a problem. And then you bringing up stuff that you didn't even say to me. That's the thing. That we could have talked about on a nicer day. And then people will look at it like, why would we talk about a nicer day? Because that's the day to talk. That's the day to express your feelings. Because at the end of the day, we could be having a nice day, but who knows? Something may irritated you or bothered you during the day. It's crazy. But yeah. And then I also have to deal with a lot of fakeness has happened throughout this year. And it's really been so hard. I don't really have, like, I can't really have girls as friends. I don't have no girls as friends. Like, I genuinely can't. It's too much sneakiness. It's too much fakeness. People in this generation are not willing to see... They're not willing to see another person be happy. They're not willing to see another person prosper. It's just so much jealousy. Like, if you have something going on in your life that is great and you doing great, other people want you to be down just as well as they down. And that doesn't make any sense. Or motherfuckers is just doing shit to people for no fucking reason. Like, I don't understand it. It just doesn't make no sense all the way around. People ain't trying to make a family with you or be friends with you. They're really just out for destruction. And it doesn't make sense at all. And that's why I don't really have too many female friends. And I stay to myself. Everybody's always wondering why I'm always in the house. This is literally the reason. Because what is worth going outside? What is worth meeting new people? Because at this point, it's like this generation is not about that. This generation is not about trying to actually have real down-to-earth friends. This generation is not about trying to really build relationships. Everybody's just really out for themselves. It's hard to find really... Now, I'm not gonna lie, I can't say everybody is the same. It's like I can't say every dude is the same. But it's hard to really find those people. You know, and it's crazy. One thing, as far as everything when it comes to relationship, one thing I do not like is wasting my time. That is literally what I be mad about. Now, I don't be mad about me breaking up with the person himself or missing him or none of that. It's just all the time that I wasted expressing my love to you, doing all that with you, for you to still think I never wanted you in the first place. That is what pisses me off. All the time I wasted, everything that I have done with you to let you see that I was really trying to be that woman for you, and all that went down the drain. All the time, all the effort, it just went down the drain. I could have been doing all of this with someone else. Is how the way I feel. But then that's another thing too that people don't understand. They look at it, I don't know why. It's like people will push you away too. They'll be like, well, then why don't you just go with that person? Or why don't you just, like, do you not know what love is? Like, clearly, love is you wanting to be with that person. No matter how many people is going to knock at your door to be with you, you're going to want to be with the person that you're with. Because you're really in love with that person. You chose that person before anyone else because you seen something great within that person. So I get even more pissed off when a person tells me that. Because I'm like, it's not like I had to choose you. I wanted to. And I think people don't really understand or appreciate that. Because it's like, that's how you know a person really love you. A person shouldn't have to feel like it's a have-to thing to be with you. Because that's weird. They should want to be with you because that's what they want to do. That is their pure heart. They want you in that way. And they want to be with you. But when a person looks at it as a job, nothing's gonna ever be right. Because they're looking at it like there's something that they have to do instead of wanting to do it. I want you to want me just as well as I want you. Not you thinking that it's a job to be with me. Oh, I gotta be with her because of this and this and this. What? Is that what we're doing? I hope we leave all this in 2023 because it's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. And the only thing that I ask, like, I'm not a materialistic girl. I don't really care for it. But if a person does it for me, I generally freak out. I generally be happy because I never had that happen. You know, like, I never really had the spoilment of accessories. Like, bye. I never had that. So it's surprising to see a person actually trying to do that. But like, I don't really care for money for real. It's not really racketeria. I really just want the person to be real with me. Like, I want us to have that kind of bond where no matter what we say to each other, no matter what we bring up to each other, we're going to always bounce back. And it's like, we can bring up anything that may bother each other and we can talk about it in a civilized way and move on. And actually understand where both parties came from in the midst of it. I don't know, maybe I'm asking for too much. You know, and I feel as though I'm asking for too much. I feel as though having an understanding man, us talking about it, communication, I understand your feelings as well, you understand mine. We try to come on mutual grounds. I feel like that is asking for too much. I feel like that's just too much to ask. I don't know. I really don't know. And at this point, it's just frustrating me because it's like, it does make you feel like, what do you do wrong? You know, and even though I know that I really didn't do anything wrong, it just makes me feel like, what do I do wrong? And that's why I'm so caring about other people's feelings. Because like I said, I don't know exactly if I do anything wrong. I'm constantly always thinking that I don't. But if you tell me, I'm definitely going to try to change it. And it's crazy that when I ask, they act as if I didn't do anything wrong. So what is the problem exactly? I don't know. But like I said, it's really, really bothering me. And fake friends, like, I'm basically keeping to myself. Like, I feel as though if anybody wants to deal with me, they just have to be themselves. Okay? Like, literally be yourself. Don't sit here and try to put on a front for me, because it's not gonna be pretty at all. And don't think I'm gonna put up with your bullshit, because a lot of people want you to put up with their bullshit, and I don't know who got time for that in 2024. So much craziness. I don't even know where to begin. But yeah, that's what I wanted to announce. That's what I wanted to address throughout this whole entire video. And it was just a little talky talk, you know, just a little small talk. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, because your girl is stressed. Hopefully this year doesn't be so stressful. Now I know it's going to be some quirks in there, because not every new year is going to be a 100% clean slate. We can wish that all we want to, but guys, let's face the facts. We're going to have some kirks in there. It's going to be some fire bombs. It's going to be some things thrown, and we're going to have to accept the fact that it's going to be some things thrown. You know what I'm saying? And bounce back from all of it. You know? So, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video because your girl's getting kind of tired, and I'm going to edit this and just post it, and I don't know. I'm just going to let you guys know. I'm going to end it off on this note. I'm really just, it's like I'm done with people, but I'm not, because I'm still going to try, you know, getting into a relationship. I'm still going to know that everybody is different. Not everybody is the same. And I'm still going to be the same understanding me. It's just that it hurts a lot because I feel as though I feel like I'm letting people take a bit of me. Because I am so empathetic. Like, I care about other people's feelings more than I care about mine. And I feel like that's my problem. I take too much time caring about someone else's feelings besides myself. And when it's actually time for my feelings to be valid, it doesn't. It's like I shouldn't be mad about it. I shouldn't talk about it. It shouldn't be brought up when it comes down to me. But when it comes down to another person's feelings, oh, I gotta take that very accurately. I gotta understand that they're really in this mode. And it's bad because nobody doesn't understand my feelings when it's time to. And I feel like I made myself be so understanding that now people don't want to give me the respect I need, all because I've been so understanding in everyone else's feelings instead of my own. I think I just told my problem. But whole time, yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Another vlog will be coming soon. I don't know if I'm gonna do a vlog for this month, but it's because since I'm posting this video up, but I might not. I don't know. It's however I'm feeling. Because at this point, I'm very stressed. I'm very, very, very stressed. But I always conquer and come out of everything. So hey, you guys, and we're back with another day. Today is Wednesday, which is the 10th of January. And yeah, so I know you guys saw in my last clips and videos, I was venting about everything I went through, and it has been really, really hard, you know. But what I want to talk about right now is believing in God. Like, believing in God will get you through literally anything. And I know me saying this is like, but believing in him will get you through anything. No harm can ever come to you when you have God. And I just had to make this, you know, video be my closure out for the video. And it's because I've been following God since I was young. He's always been a part of my life. And it was because I got into a really bad car accident. And when I was younger, at 6 years old, got ran over 3 times. And yeah, the doctors, my mom called doctors from all over the world to help me. And all of them said, if she doesn't come out of it within 24 hours, meaning there was nothing on me. They didn't have I was literally laying on a bed with nothing on me. They took the breathing tube off of me. Everything was off of me. I had to literally lay there and heal. Now, the only thing that they had on me was these little stick things that was on my wounds to let them know if it healed or not. That was the only thing. But I had to heal on my own. Well, we all know who healed me. And yeah, when I woke up from the hospital, I saw doctors all lined up at my door, and they were all clapping. It was the most craziest thing in the world to see at 6 years old, that a bunch of doctors is literally clapping. And my mom said that they all were doing that because they did not do anything to bring me back to life. So everybody saw God's work in that hospital that day. They were also crying. Some of the doctors were also crying. It was by far insane. And in the middle of me going through that though, I did see him. I did see God. Now everybody knows you can see God in the middle of going through your deathbed, which I was on my deathbed. And I see God, and he told me that he wasn't ready for me. Now, God is not how everybody else describe him. He's literally a big bowl of light. You can't even tell what he is. He's a big bowl of light. That's the thing. Just know that when you see him, you will see a big bowl of light. And yeah, so like what I said, you will see a big bowl of light. And when the arms reach out to you, it's like the arms are light, and then behind it is like a shadow. And ever since then, I've been following God because he brought me back to life. None of the doctors could. He brought me back to life. So if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here to actually speak to all of you. And I've been following him since I was young, and still following him now. And this is the thing, you're going to come across, when you're really truly following the Lord, you're going to come across a lot of people who are hurt, who are not healed, all of that, to distract you from loving him. And you cannot let them succeed because they are not awoken. And it's hard for me to not let them succeed because I'm telling you, by far of everything that I went through, it is insane. I just want to say, if you really love God genuinely within your heart, you will let him control and take over everything. Your decision making, your thoughts, you would genuinely, your thoughts wouldn't be, and this is what some of you guys be fake funking when you say that you follow the Lord, because your thoughts wouldn't be the same after you follow him. Like, let's say you had some negativity. Let's say you're trying to motivate yourself to think better. You wouldn't have the same thoughts if you're really putting your trust into the Lord. A lot of you claim that you guys want to put trust into the Lord and not really doing it. And then a lot of people, they'll be like, how do you know that? All it says, it's in the Bible. I mean, you don't even have to, and some people don't understand. This is how you know you're not a true Lord. Some of the things you don't even have to look into the Bible to know that it's there. And if you have to get recommendation to constantly look in the Bible to know that it's there, that means you haven't even read the Bible. That means you haven't even followed the Lord, because you should know that it's in there. Me reading the Bible and following God, I know a lot of things that I'm saying right now is already in the Bible. It's just worded very differently. Like, come on now. Everybody knows that God works in mysterious ways, meaning he will come to you at the most craziest times. And God can speak to you. Now, that's what's happening with me. God speaks to me all the time. And a lot of people don't believe that that is true. And it's because you had the voice, but you let it go because you was thinking that it was something that it wasn't, and it was him. You would know, hold on, this video about to end, and I'm going to tell you how you would know that God is speaking to you. But yeah, you would know that the Lord is speaking to you because the Lord gives nothing but positivity. That first instant thought that's going to redirect you and guide you in the right direction and not make you listen to your own thoughts, that is God. The moment you say, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, because let me tell you something, your thoughts will still be working while God is speaking. You know why? Because you're still going to be focusing on what you want to do. God is the parent. He's the one that's telling you, oh, you can't do this. No, this is not right for you. And he'll be like, all right, now that's right for you, but you got to do A, B, and C, and D to get all this to go. You know, he's going to be the one that's going to help you get your mind focused while you're sitting here still trying to think to yourself, no, I got it, and knocking him off, because that's what we do. We knock him off. When we hear the thought process of getting our life together, doing all that, we knock it off. Or if you come into a place where you come into going to a church or you're going to somewhere and God instantly says, no, you gotta go. You gotta go. We're not gonna listen to you gotta go. We're gonna listen to that thought process. No, let's just go. Well, not everybody's gonna be the same. Let's just and then we go, and then we should have left. You know, and that's the thing that people don't understand. God is going to redirect your life when you don't want to redirect it. He will remove people without you even asking him to. He is going to work his magic in mysterious ways. Meaning, when you do not expect it, God comes to everyone unexpectedly. And what I mean by unexpectedly is when you're crying and when you're in tears, that's when God come to me, because he's like, now, you know, you can't get all these thoughts up in your freaking head like this. Cry it out, get it out, and we're going to get to go into the business. Maybe you should listen to me next time. You know, he be there cussing me out. You know, and that's what God's going to do. He's going to make sure that you are following in the right steps and not getting misled, not getting misread. And you're going to be hurting, because a lot of people that you thought that had that motivational power like you going to leave, because God's going to say, no. Now, my problem is when he does that, I end up tending to give people chances, and yeah. But God works in mysterious ways. You guys have to accept that God is not, you're not going to know that's why people don't really believe in him, because of the work that he does. Because how he moves, how he's working. You know, when he's working, you don't really notice it at the time, because you're too busy, lost within your own self. So you don't really see that he actually just fixed a lot of stuff around here. That's the thing of the Lord, you know, guys. And it's deep. Get yourself on the Lord. So to make this come to a close, I just want everyone to understand, even when you're in the midst of going through all your trials and tribulations, never forget to pray. Never forget to pray. Never forget to believe that God is going to get you through all of it, okay? And I've been going through so much, and it is beyond crazy. And nothing can distract me from my Lord, okay? Nothing will never distract me from the one I love the most. I don't care whatever y'all see me post. I don't care whatever y'all see me do. You don't know me, because nothing would never distract me from the Lord. Okay? And that's on period. Lord is number one, because the Lord, God just constantly tells me, you need to be with me right now. That's what I feel, because that's what I've been getting a lot, is that I just really need to be with the Lord. Because at this point, well, not be with him like that way, but I need to really just focus on myself and just, you know, and have the Lord there with me. Because I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like in some areas, I can't keep allowing. I feel like if I allow myself to deal with certain people, it takes my spirit away. And we don't really recognize that if we deal with certain people, it takes your spirit away. Like, your spirit becomes more dimmer, because now you're getting hurt and you're trying to, you know, elaborate. Sometimes we just gotta let things flow and let things be. And that's hard for me to do. Very much. And yeah, but I just want to make sure everyone knows to please believe in the Lord, even in the midst of the hurt, like I am. I'm going through so much right now, but I would never give up on the Lord, because I know he's going to get me up out of it. And as much as I want to cry right now, because everything I've been going through, how much as I really want to share these tears right now. It's so much I'm going through, and I know God is there with me every step of the way. And I believe by him being there is the reason the enemy is trying its best to get me to be so distracted from the Lord. He is trying, and it's crazy. It is so crazy how he is trying to get me so hard to not be with the Lord. But I don't care what bullets, I don't care what people you bring towards me. I am never giving up on my God, and that's just that. Okay, and I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys love my videos, because I try my best on editing them. And your girl's 𝗔𝗧𝗪 is